Good morning. I'm 𝗧𝗵𝘂𝗿 reporting for 𝗧𝗂𝗁 Collections in Buchanan, Virginia. It's Sunday, October 30th, 2022. It's a great day. It's a great day to include us in your daily plans. It's another opportunity to add a shopping day in here. I'm up early with the chickens, already at work, lights are on, and ready to rock and roll and cluck right through a live so that you can know we are here today in case you would want to come out. Again, we're opening up really for the convenience of our customers, doing the best we can to be open as many Sundays as possible over the course of this fourth quarter. So good morning and thanks for tuning in. Notice I'm showing you here in the foreground just some of our antique white pieces as well as our beautiful light green lanterns up on top. There's nothing that says cozy and warm like the holidays as our timer pillar candles and of course beautiful lanterns, setting those timers so you don't have to turn things on and off. It's a great way to be able to have that warm glow throughout your home for the holidays and also for every day. So again, good morning and thanks for tuning in. I'm up with the chickens at work with the live bright and early this morning. We did take a leap of faith and post last night that we are going to be open today from 9 until 5 on this extra shopping day on Sunday. So we hope that if you're making some plans and you've got some extra time and you'd love to come out to 𝗧𝗵𝘂 today, we'd love to have you. So you can see, again, a lot of the lives become repetitive when I do them days in a row. So I try really hard to come up with different things to focus on. But with that being said, there may not be as much talk today. We'll see. I went to a dinner one night a few weeks ago. The speaker said, well, I'm not going to have much to say tonight. I'm going to leave the room open for questions. And an hour later, there was an opportunity for questions. So we'll see how it goes. But the goal of the lives is just to be able to bring you here if you aren't able to get here ever so often and you love to see the things. You know, ultimately, if there's something here that makes life a little easier for you as far as including it in a birthday gift, a gift for you, or a gift for Christmas, then it's nice to be able to see some of the items. As far as our kind of report for the week, we worked hard to sort of clean the furniture out in a way so that you can see the furniture a little bit better. Many people are trying to get that last minute table or island or hutch or storage cabinet in so that they can kind of get things organized and cleaned up, not only for the holidays, but we see a lot of that reorganization, you know, as we certainly flip from the holidays to the new year. So we worked hard to get items out of the hutches and the cabinets and ultimately to redo, and we'll be fluffing these again this morning, busy day yesterday, but ultimately to redo our hutches here so that you can see a variety of our Christmas and winter products that are left. We also try to make them theme-based, so if you're not really into the farmhouse animal type Christmas and you're more into the bright reds and cardinals, we drop those right here in the center hutch. And ultimately, if you like more of the primitive look, some of the American-made welcome sleighs would be beautiful, of course, on the porch or by the fireplace. Some skates there with the moose kind of tucked in. Notice these baskets. I haven't pointed them out, but they're beautiful when we decorate them up. Spread Christmas cheer. We've got that in a long one and in a short one. Some primitive plates in the back. And don't miss out if you're in store on our candy cane scented sachets as well as cinnamon sticks. They're very, very popular and we are reloaded. Again, good morning and thanks for tuning in this morning. Trying to just show you that we are open. We are open today on Sunday, October 30th, 2022 from 9 until 5. I'll get an email out just as soon as I can after the live and let people on our email list know that. So if you know some folks that would like to know about what's going on in store and maybe they're not on Facebook, then let them know that they can sign up for our emails at 𝗧𝗵𝘂𝗿𝗂𝗀𝗋.com. You can subscribe right on there. Or I'm also working really hard to drop the lives over to YouTube. So you can always follow us on our YouTube channel if you would rather do that as well. So again, a lot of rearranging this week happened so that if you're not into gnomes, then this little section probably isn't for you. So as time gets shorter and as we're working to, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? A terrible analogy, but as we have so much to get done moving into these last few months of the year, it always seems like it ends up being crammed and crushed. And my goal for this year is for it not to be that way, for, spreading the shopping out and not much time left to spread out, but ultimately spreading that out, checking that off the list so that in those last few weeks of the year, there's more time to enjoy entertaining and being with our family and friends and ultimately moving through those important days without a lot to have to cram into those. So if you fall in that category, that's been my goal this year, is to break it all down so there's not so much at the very last minute. So again, we're open today from 9 until 5 on this particular Sunday. Our regular hours are still Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, 9 until 5. So again, the pop-up openings, when we can certainly handle those, and we'll likely get more conversation on those in just a little bit. This farm display, we're eventually going to have to move it, but I have to tell you, it gets shopped a lot and we restock it. We will certainly tear it apart. Sunday mornings used to be our day where we did a lot of restocking and major furniture rearranging and major displays. So with being open on Sundays, we can't exactly always tear, and again, those pop-up openings, but they've been very regular lately. We can't exactly tear the store apart. So some of the displays in some respects are suffering in that regard. This one, we went ahead and combined our Christmas products so that you could see it in a much easier way. Notice the boxes that are showing so predominantly there on each end. It's because our lathe print sold, so we'll be putting things back together. But we heard from a few people yesterday that are loving our lathe print, sort of a new look for us. We had these years ago, and ultimately bringing them back as well. As far as what's on the horizon for this week, we do have a shipment of everyday imported product on the way, so we will be restocking and reloading on those items. As we take a look back here, if you're not ready for spring, and of course you're not ready for spring, you're concerned about getting through Thanksgiving and Christmas, but just so you know, we do have it out lightly. Try not to put it too much in your face, but if you see something that you love, go ahead and grab it. It'll be here before you know it. Time flies, as we all are learning, if we haven't already, as our numbers and our digits and our trips around the sun go up. But some of those items are selling through. Our centerpiece queen was in the house yesterday, so you'll see some different centerpieces around the store, certainly realistic flower arrangements. And if you're thinking of getting someone flowers, well, how do you give them flowers that last, a really long time? Of course, our quality, affordable, artificial flowers are a great way to do that. Even if you have your own container and you want to bring it in, we are delighted to help put together an arrangement for you. So that's a nice way, certainly not trying to tap into the fresh flower market, because there's nothing like real flowers and the real smell, but certainly giving the gift of quality, affordable, floral in a container as an arrangement is a great way to give the gift that keeps on giving. So you can see whatever the season, whether it's everyday, Christmas, or fall, we've got a little bit of fall tucked up at the front of the store. We're going to be working this morning in the early hours. Again, we're open from 9 until 5 today. Today's Sunday. It's October 30th. But we're going to be working on these front collections as we spread some more winter garland and get things decked out. Drop in some of our large lanterns. So stay tuned for likely some of those photos as we kind of merge some of the fall down, make it easier for you to get to, and add in our winter collections. Here at the front of the store continues to be one of our most popular sections I think that we've ever done. This front section has been shopped and we've continued to load it back many, many times. So we're glad that you've liked it. We will continue to fluff it up. It's just like home, right? It's a process. Just as soon as you get it put together, it's time again to do something a little bit different. And it's always cute when people say, well, is it okay if I take this? It's your display. And we're so grateful for that because sometimes we do have an extra piece sitting around. But ultimately, when you take our display, that means that we get to play a little bit more, and that's what we call it here at 𝗧𝗵𝘂. We get to play a little bit more, and we get to put new things together. So just know that we're grateful for you, and we're trying to provide as many extra shopping days as we can here in the fourth quarter. In case you are out and about on this beautiful fall day, we'd love to have you in store. In case you are going to be heading out and about and you want to do some extra shopping, don't forget about Miscellaneous in Fairfield, where you're always going to find something that's a little bit different. Miscellaneous is located just off of I-81 exit 200 in Fairfield. You go past the McDonald's to the stop sign, take a right, and we are in the brick building on the right and the left-hand side. So Miscellaneous normal hours are Thursday through Sunday, 10 until 5. So be sure to check it out. It's a store that's just as cute as a button. It's a smaller store without a furniture focus, but it offers a lot of country home accents that I don't carry here. And of course, many more one-of-a-kind items. We each 𝗧𝗂𝗁 Collections and Miscellaneous are getting a new product each and every week. So do know we're constantly bringing in new product, restocking and rearranging as you visit both of our locations, and know that we're very grateful for all of our customers. Our frame prints are a very hot commodity for us. You all love our frame prints. But let's say you want to print and you want it in a different frame or you want it in a different size, just chat with us as always. In a little bit, as we go through the linen room, the same is true. As we get into those fall, well, we're there, right? As we are in the fall and we continue into the winter season, lots of times people tend to add more layering to their window treatments. So panels, we can order those if we don't have them. Also, it's a great time to switch out your quilts. If that's something that's on your list, don't forget that we have an entire quilt section, and we can also order in different sizes or different styles. So we'd love to be able to provide that individualized service to you as well. If you are looking to get in furniture for the holidays, there are only 2 more furniture pickups before Christmas. So what does that mean? Well, if you have been waiting each and every week for that perfect item to arrive, well, we're getting to the end of what's going to be here before the holidays. So just a little heads up on that. We have plenty of furniture in the pipeline, but do know that there's a limited amount of furniture pieces that will be coming back prior to the holidays at this point. 2 more trips is what I'll be taking. You can see here a buffet, so that's kind of why I'm showing you this section. That's a popular item during this particular time of the year. If you're looking for a small writing desk with a Duxbury chair, then that's your one right over there. You can see we are stocked on islands. This is a pretty one. I've shown that one to you a couple times now, but it's Sealy with just the overhang on the back, which is one of the ones that goes the fastest for us. Again, hope everyone is doing well as you're tuning in this morning. I know you're appreciated as you tune in. I want to give you a shot of, and remember, we're before recovery this morning, so some things are a bit messy, and I know you'll look over that. But I want to give you a shot of some things in the back room. Our park braided runners and placemats, we have most of those back here. Our VHC placemats and runners and small rugs are right here. And as we go through, you can see that we do have a bright white bachelor's cabinet. You know, they have to give it some name. But ultimately, it's a storage cabinet that's good in many rooms of the home. We find that people not only use them, as a pantry type item in their kitchen, but also there are some folks that use them in the bedrooms or also use them in the bathrooms. Here is an armoire, and the nice thing about the armoire is it does serve as that indeed. It has a rod at the top, and it does have a shelf. We can order extra shelves as well, and then 2 drawers at the bottom. So as you're working to get a little organized as you move into the last months of the year, and certainly throughout the new year, after we take all that Christmas down, we're really worried about getting organized. And I wanted you to see some of the pieces that we have here. Our glass corner cabinet. Corner cabinets are really popular this time of the year. I don't know why. They pick up speed as we move through the third quarter, but surprised that these 2 guys are still here. A very small one. We actually delivered one of these this week in a different color, and it looked great at our customer's home at the top of their steps or their landing. Remember, if you want some furniture and we don't have what you would like in stock, we can always order it in a different size and color, and that goes for most of the items in store. So feel free to check with us about that, or we're delighted to help with that and give you the options and talk to you about the time frames. So plenty of linens if that's something that you're trying to reset to get ready for the holiday period or any period. We do find that people change out, or some people change out their linens or rugs, just to freshen up and have a change as they move through different time periods of the year. We are stocked well on rugs at this point, or the best that we can be under one roof. We have a great assortment of wildlife rugs, and they've been blowing out the door. We've worked hard, as I've mentioned a couple times, to put the different prices of the rugs right on the rug. So in other words, if you see that this rug is $155, then very easily you can glance over and say, okay, that one's a 5'3" by 7'7". And ultimately, we can order if we don't have them, but a lot of these sizes right now we do have in stock. As far as the other rugs in the room, the same is true. They're priced. If we have an 8 by 10, there is a sign on it that says we have an 8 by 10. You can see here an example, $469, dropping down without having to dig in the rugs at all. You can quickly see that's a 5'3" by 7'7". And if you need it, let's say in an 8 by 10, well, the exact measurements are 710 by 1010, and an 8 by 10 is roughly twice the amount of a 5 by 7. That's a good rule of thumb. Remember, if you're coming in to shop for furniture or rugs or linens, and there's anything that you need to color match to, we're delighted for you to bring it in. Whether it's a kitchen cabinet or a chair, or perhaps it's some linens, the more information that you can bring to us, the better that we can actually help you. But if that doesn't work for you, and you would like to just snap some pictures and bring those in to show us, then remember, make sure that your photo is a true representation of the actual item you photograph. So in other words, hold that picture up to the item, beside the item that you photographed, and just make sure that the photo looks like the item. Because one of the worst things that can happen is that you bring a photo in and we're matching to a photo that is not reflective, truly reflective of the item that you took the photo of. So photos are great, but they're only photos if they're good. They're only helpful, it's early. They're only helpful photos if they're, replicas, exact replicas of the items that you're photographing. We are back in stock on our small Amish trash bins. This is all that we will have for this particular calendar year. We can always order. At this point, as far as frame prints and rugs, frame prints and furniture, it's too late to order, of course, to be back by the holidays. But if you are looking for linens, such as window treatments, tabletop, quilts, etc., and we don't have it, there is a very good probability that we can get it back by the holidays, particularly if it's in stock. So, in other words, a lot of our rugs and linens can come back within a week or two at most, again, if it's in stock. So we'd love to be able to provide that individualized service. If you give us the opportunity, we would be delighted. Some little gifts that are kind of cute for the right people, of course. Eat the cake because it's someone's birthday somewhere. Go the extra mile. It's never crowded. We will be friends until we are old and senile, and then we will be new friends. So lots of gift ideas, and really just a quick live that maybe wasn't so quick to let you know that we are here today. We're popping open today on Sunday, October 30th from 9 until 5. We would love to see you in the house. We're doing the very best we can. And that's kind of where I want to kind of wind down here. We're doing the very best we possibly can on our limited staff and all of our extra obligations to keep the store running and turning and stocked and new product coming in each and every week. And we'll pop open as many Sundays as we can. But I want to end today maybe the way I ended yesterday, and I think this is just a beautiful verse. God didn't promise days without pain, laughter without sorrow, nor sun without rain. But he did promise strength for the day, comfort for the tears, and light for the way. May you be blessed and enjoy the journey. And if you'd like to include us in your day, we're here for you. And just know, if no one has told you yet today, or perhaps you won't be told today, we are grateful for each and every one of you. And with that, I'm 𝗧𝗂𝗏 signing off for the small but mighty 𝗧𝗂𝗏 team here in Buchanan, Virginia.